everybody, and welcome to today's video. I'm going to take you through my check-in day with Jamie. So Jamie is my coach with Team Fit Body Fusion, and on Tuesdays we check in. So as you can see here, I'm actually setting up my posing station. So I wake up at 5 a.m. like I showed you guys, and my husband is still sleeping, and those heels clacking around on the hardwood floor is not good. So set down a blanket so I can pose later. But first, I always do my morning routine. So I read the Daily Stoic, as well as do 3 things I'm grateful for every day before actually jumping into all of my check-in activities. So first things first, I put on my Angel Competition bikini suit. So this is my posing suit. And honestly, posing suits are so amazing because it allows you to have 1, consistency between your progress pictures, but 2, they fit just like your competition suit would fit. So it gives you a really nice, accurate portrayal of what you would look like. Next, I measure myself. So I do not daily measurements. I do weekly measurements on my waist, hips, so largest part around, the bum, and then my 2 thighs to make sure that, I'm moving and grooving in the right direction. So during this improvement season, I am trying to grow. So ideally, we want to see these measurements go up week over week in a slow, controlled manner. Next, I put on my posing shoes. So you can see here, I have the Shoe Fairy shoes. I have both the Olympians and the Olympian mules. Highly recommend both, but I went with the mules today because, strapless, it's just easy. Slip them on and we go. And then we get into taking my progress picture video. So I actually screenshot my video to send my check-ins to Jamie every time. So you can see that I have my really fancy tripod of my foam roller. And anyways, I stand it up. I turn on the same lights every time for consistency. And I go through my posing routine on both sides. So I make sure to practice both for, the purpose of making sure I can do both, because Jamie did change my side when she saw me in person for my last contest. I'd been practicing left side forward, and she switched me over to right side forward. Thank goodness I was comfortable doing both. But yeah, so I practice both sides for that reason, as well as to make sure I don't get any imbalances. So I do find that the best way for me to take progress pictures, like I said, is to take this video. I will screenshot, multiple times to make sure that I get the right kind of angle and make sure that the pictures from last week are comparable to this week and that my posing isn't off, all that fun stuff. So once I take those pictures, I actually upload them to the app that I input my measurements on, which is the Trainerize app. That's what Jamie uses to give me my workouts, and we communicate back and forth through that app. I'll also send her things like how I'm feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, sleep, basically how everything is going. So yeah, that really concludes my check-in with Jamie. Good morning, guys. As you saw, I just finished my check-in photos for Jamie. So now I'm gonna head to the gym. It's about 6 a.m. I woke up at 5, as you guys saw. Did my morning routine, measurements, took my photos, selected the photos, uploaded them to the app, and then checked in with Jamie, which I didn't show my check-in because it's kind of a little too personal for YouTube. But it basically goes over my mental state, how my strength felt, how my sleep feels, digestion, hormones. I give her the rundown and send it off to her with any other notes I have. So that did take me a little bit longer than normal this week, but I was just kind of chilling, taking my time. I really do need to get to the gym though, because I don't want to be there for too long because I have work today. And I try to start work at like 8:30, and of course showering, breakfast, all that fun stuff before. And now I'm going to head off to the gym. I will talk to you guys in a bit. All right. I have been so much better about wearing my blue light blocking glasses while I'm at work this week, and I swear it's helped. Okay, so hi guys, let's talk a little bit about Q&A regarding improvement season. So I asked you guys on my Instagram what questions you have for me over, this improvement season. So what I mean by improvement season is this time after my competition, and really the season where I'm going to make the changes, where I will see them on stage next time. So AKA, I need to grow some bigger glutes, and yeah, typically won't do that in a caloric deficit, which is prep. You're trying to cut down and lean down to be stage ready. So this is the time where I'm in a caloric surplus, or getting there, and I'm ready to put on some muscle. So let's start this Q&A. And because I film on my phone, I emailed myself all the questions, so I can look on my computer here. And please, I know I'm noticing please excuse the crazy hair. We're just keeping it real. No cares. Okay, so a lot of questions mainly about how much cardio am I doing? Am I lifting heavy? Am I increasing calories? So let's talk about the game plan. So first of all, I do work with a coach, Jamie DeBernard from Fit Body Fusion, and basically we are doing what's called a reverse diet. And a reverse diet is slowly increasing your calories, decreasing your cardio in order to come out of the deficit you are in a slow, controlled way. And the goal is to gain weight. So my goal, as I said in the beginning, is to put on some muscle in my glutes. And think about it, putting on muscle is weight. Like, muscle weighs something. So yes, I definitely need to put on weight in order to grow my glutes, and even more so in order to get my body back to a healthy spot. When you see somebody really lean, do not assume that they're healthy. So getting down to a really low body fat percentage is not healthy, because your body does not like to be there. You have weird repercussions whenever you get down to a low body fat. Like, your sleep is affected, your adrenals, like you'll wake up with all this energy at weird times of the night. Not everybody, but it happens to me. Your hormones are out of whack. So it's important to gain weight in this post-show period, which is definitely what I'm trying to do. So right now with the lifting and cardio, I was lifting 5 days a week with 1 yoga day and 1 rest day per week, along with 4 30-minute cardio sessions. So basically week over week, Jamie's reevaluating my food, my training, my cardio, and getting me to a more optimal spot for off season. So slowly, week over week, she has dropped cardio down. So now I am currently doing 2 sessions of cardio per week for 30 minutes on the stairs. So 60 minutes total per week. As well, I have just recently increased a training day. So I'm training now 6 days a week, still throwing yoga in there as well as a rest day. So yoga will just be in addition to one of those training days. And yeah, I am definitely back to lifting heavy. I never stopped lifting heavy, but my strength had definitely decreased a little bit into prep, because you just don't have the fuel, and you don't have the energy either. So yeah, that is and week over week, she's increasing my macros. So my macros have been increased significantly. And yes, I am gaining weight, which is what we need to do, as I discussed. So I think a weekly average, I'm up a few pounds, and I like to take my weekly averages for my weights, because my weight fluctuates day to day. I don't like doing like a set, like, oh, last week I weighed this and this week I weighed this one number, because I could have been like really bloated on one day and really, for whatever reason, not bloated, or really like light one day. So that's just too extreme for me. So yeah, I like to do the averages up about 3 pounds, and I plan to continue to gain more from here. Okay, I had a question about, is mindfully gaining weight part of improvement season? And as I discussed, absolutely. I absolutely plan on gaining weight. I need to gain weight from both putting on a muscle perspective and just a general health perspective. Lots of questions about motivation and how to have a successful off season. So you guys are gonna be like, yeah, we've heard this, but discipline over motivation. Truly, you're not gonna be motivated year round. But there are ways to kind of fake motivation, in my opinion. Like, whenever I maybe don't feel like waking up, or I don't feel like, I'm like, oh boy, this gym session is going to be so hard, I think about my end goal. And that end goal in mind is for me to make improvements. Improving myself has always been just a huge motivator. I'm very self-motivated, which is, I feel blessed to have that internal motivation. But basically, if I don't feel it, I fake it until I make it. So if I, again, don't want to go to the gym, I think about how good I'll feel after the gym. I think about, how my goal is to become an IFBB Bikini Pro. And I think, would an IFBB Bikini Pro not go to the gym because they don't feel like it? No, I need to go to the gym. Or just the fact that it's my habit. I have created and developed my habits of going to the gym, and I know that I'll let myself down if I don't go to the gym. And that brings up a whole nother can of worms of, if you're making a promise to yourself, respect yourself enough to keep it. So keep that promise to yourself that you will go to the gym X many days a week. And if it helps to have like a very strict regimen, do that as well. I love having a plan and a schedule. So I have every day mapped out with what workouts I'm going to do, what exercises I'm going to do, and the app that my coach uses, Trainerize, to give me my workouts. I can actually record how much weight I did last week, and essentially my goal is to beat the logbook every week, and that's pretty motivating for me because, again, I'm kind of competitive, especially with myself, so I like to go in there and do work. So that's how I stay motivated, or at least fake motivation until it comes back. Oh yeah, and tips for successful off-season. So I don't really know what this person's looking for here, but I will tell you guys my approach to this off-season. 1, I am going to stick to my plan. I am going to stay accountable to my coach and be very open and honest with how I'm feeling. 2, I am going to train hard and heavy and consistently. I am going to make the changes that I want to make, so I have a plan with my coach, which is number 1. And number 2, I'm going to execute perfectly on that plan. 3, I am going to fuel myself with whole nutrient-dense foods because I want to feel my best for those training sessions. And I know I feel my best whenever I'm on those whole nutrient-dense foods. I love trying macro-friendly treats. I really do. But I'm going to cut down on them significantly. And I've already cleaned out my cabinets and have made a promise to myself that I will stop buying so many. So I really want to focus on all those foods that, again, just make me feel my best. That's what will make me perform my best. And I think that's for a successful off season. I think it's just figuring out a plan and executing. Okay. Last question. How long am I planning on growing, and what are my 2021 plans? So I have no idea. I have no idea. All I know is that I need to make the improvements from the judges, which is to grow my glutes. Growing muscle is no small feat and no quick fix because I'm a natural athlete and it's going to take me time. Hopefully, I want to compete and I plan on competing sometime in 2021, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a decision with my coach and I to confirm, am I ready? Have I made the necessary adjustments to, place better and become an IFBB Bikini Pro next time around? If I have, let's do it. Like the second Jamie says, let's start prep, I will say, yep, okay, I'm here, let's go. But until then, I'm just focusing on, again, executing my heavy lifts every day, refueling my body, fueling my body, period, properly to do my workouts and recover. So we'll see. I know national shows, which is really what I'm going to focus on this year, because at national shows you can qualify for your pro card. I will hopefully hit some of those, and they're all kind of later in the year, mid to late year. So we will see. Okay, well, I hope that this was informative to you guys about improvement season, shedding some light into my personal experience, but please note that every experience is different. What works for me may not work for you. And if you are looking to have guidance through an improvement season, find a coach that works for you. Again, I work with Jamie with Fit Body Fusion. It's macros based. She's amazing, provides so much good feedback just on my overall package. And again, her and I'm gonna listen to her. Basically, this improvement season, I could have done this whole Q&A in one sentence. I will do what Jamie tells me to do. So anyways, again, I hope that you guys found this helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if I missed any questions or if you have any more. Okay, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time.